Sveiki and welcome back to your irregular Latvian lesson. I'm Annette and I'm on my floor because my tripods are unavailable today, and so you get to meet my dying monster, a plant. I don't know what I did to it. My plant diagnosis app tells me it's both underwatered and overwatered. Anyway, the time of the year to talk about the word Unword and flying expression of the year. Remember last year when Latvians chose the word okupeklis, a combination of okupācija and piemineklis, a monument, as their word of the year? Well, thanks to the Riga Latvian Society's Language Advancement Group, we have once again been given a peek into the window of how language mirrors the societal changes going on. Are you ready to discover some words that defined 2023 and add some funky new lexicon to your Latvian vocabulary? Let us go! This year's word of the year in Latvian is atdēvēt. From dēvēt, which means to call or name, atdēvēt is a term symbolizing reverting something back to its original or more fitting name. It reflects an ongoing cultural shift in Latvia, especially in renaming streets and squares to shed their Soviet-inspired names. But this is in no way a brand new trend. Take, for example, Brīvības Street, one of the most famous streets in Latvia, the Freedom Street. Once known as Lielā Smilšu iela, or the Big Street of the Sands, it underwent several name changes, including Adolfa Hitlera iela during the German occupation and Lenina iela during the Soviet rule. And after Latvia regained its independence, Brīvības iela became Brīvības iela once again, restoring Freedom Street, a name that resonates with freedom, one of our most important values in Latvia. The jaunvārds, or new word of the year, is sāļvira, literally meaning salty brew, and this is a proposed replacement for Solyanka, which is a Russian Slavic sounding name of the soup Solyanka, which is very well known in Latvia. Let's just say this term sparked lively discussions in the Latvian social medias, with many people voicing the view that we are already familiar with on this channel, that is, some things are just not meant to be Latvianized. One of the best tweets, in my opinion, was by Toms Lūsis, who used another new Latvianized term, which is sveškauns, or second-hand embarrassment, except created from the word sveš, which means foreign or unknown, and kauns, shame. Man sveškauns par sāļviru. I have foreign embarrassment about salt brew. I have to say, man arī. Moving on to the non-word of the year, which sheds a light on the words that are undesirable or awkward to use in the Latvian language. This year, it is tolerēt, a word directly borrowed from the international word to tolerate. But you should not use it in Latvian, as we have a string of already existing words that you should use instead, like panest, to bear, but literally to carry a little bit. Paciest, to endure, but literally to suffer a little bit. Izturēt, to withstand, but from turēt, which means to hold, izturēt. Pieļaut, to permit. Samierināties, to reconcile, but it's more like to accept something inevitable. It's like to make your peace with something. Because literally, miers is peace, to make your peace with something. In my opinion, non-professional but enthusiastic opinion, none of these words really catch the vibe of to tolerate, because some of them, like paciest, are just a bit too violent, because it evokes the idea of something being so hard, kind of like you're forced to accept something, whereas tolerate shows some goodwill. I don't know if I'll stop using the word tolerate, but I would be interested to know what you guys think. Do any of these proposed replacements do it for you to use instead of tolerate? Let me know in the comments. Now on to the sparnotais teiciens, the winged phrase of the year. These are phrases that have echoed through the public discourse and have become a memorable part of our language. Leading the pack is a statement by general practitioner Ainis Zalps, who said:
Visu laiku tiek pieminēts dažādas reformas, un mēs joprojām īsti nesaprotam, par ko ir runa. Bet ja mēs runājam par primāro veselības aprūpi, tad ir jāatzīst, ka šeit vairs nav ko reformēt, te vajag reanimēt.
Which means primary health care can no longer be reformed, it needs to be resuscitated. Well, quite a diagnosis for our healthcare, isn't it? But my favorite expression was related to trains. Kāpēc tāda vilcināšanās? Why such hesitation? Cleverly playing with vilcināšanās, hesitation, and vilciens, train, which both share the root vilkt, to stretch or to pull. Those of you that have been following my almost daily news recap on Instagram will know that there has been a whole story involving the new electric trains that were delivered to Latvia at the end of last year. Ever since then, there have been problems. So, kāpēc tāda vilcināšanās? I don't know who said this phrase. One of those times when Latvian truly shines. And the last category we have is the word sequence of the year. Or in other words, a phrase that when you read it, you think, okay, those are words, one next to another, but is it a sentence? These are the phrases that your Latvian teacher would laugh at you in front of the whole class for. And there have been truly weird phrases in this category, long ones usually, but this year the phrase is surprisingly short. A headline by Latvijas avīze, the Journal of Latvia, Dakteri žņaudza un sita. 4 words, doctor, choked, and beaten, but there's a twist. It is unclear who is doing the choking and the beating. Was it a doctor being attacked, or was it doctors doing the attacking? This ambiguity is thanks to a quirk in the Latvian grammar. Dakteris is a second declension Latvian noun, which means its singular accusative is identical to its plural nominative. So the singular interpretation of dakteri žņaudza un sita could be a doctor was choked and beaten, while the plural dakteri žņaudza un sita describes a band of violent doctors who were choking and beating their patients, presumably. So there you go! If you're interested in a deeper dive in the Latvian declensions and what endings you should use in which case, check out my Patreon, because there is a lesson about that. Un nu, viss! Thank you for watching this video on gada vārds, nevārds and sparnotais teiciens. This has to be one of my favorite Latvian language-related initiatives, and I look forward to it every year. I hope you do too. Paldies for joining me in this exploration. If you're interested, check out the almost daily news on my Instagram stories, TikTok, or YouTube shorts when I can. Patreon message me if you have any questions or just want to have a chat. And I will see you soon, maybe. Bye!